Hello and welcome to the Port. I'm Pryport, and today we'll be breaking down the Akasha Card system. Key topics we'll be focusing on here include the use of Akasha Cards, how to obtain them, card upgrades, and much more, so stay tuned. Soulworker throws a lot of things at you when you first start the game. You will tend to feel overwhelmed when you enter the world of cloudream. Akasha Cards are no different here, and play a significant role in building onto your character's stats and abilities. You will acquire your first Akasha Card when you reach level 10. When you open your gift box for reaching level 10, you will get to choose one Akasha Card from a panel of a bunch of them. There is no right or wrong card to obtain. Just read the ability that is attached to the card and decide which one is best for you and your character build. Akasha Cards will come in active and passive abilities. Active abilities will come with an ability that you can activate and a cooldown time with that ability. A good card that I found to be of use with an ability attached to it was the Asphalt Golem. Using the ability will summon an Iron Golem for 40 seconds. That becomes the target of all nearby enemies, taking the attention off of your character in the process. This card has always helped me out in sticky situations, especially when I need a break from all the action and when I'm playing solo. Passive abilities will always remain active and come in multiple forms. You can obtain cards that will boost an area of your character's stats like attack, crit, and defense, or cards that will give you more Zanai and even less skill cooldowns. You can tell whether or not a card is passive or active by checking underneath the card picture. There will be either a green passive notation with 2 arrows or a yellow active notation with a lightning bolt next to it. There is one other ability that is only obtainable on the glowing Gruten Akasha Cards, and it is called Special. These cards don't have an effect on your character, but instead act as an Akasha Cards upgrader. We will go over upgrading your cards a little bit later in the video. Akasha Cards are ranked from 1 star to 5 stars, 1 being a common card and 5 being the highest rarity available. There are also 2 types of cards that you can obtain, normal and hidden. Normal Akasha Cards will have yellowish gold ranking stars, while hidden cards will have purple ranking stars. Hidden cards will have a slightly better boost in stats or active abilities over the normal Akasha Cards. You can get your Akasha Cards in many ways. First, you will obtain Akasha Transmitters that, when opened, will give you 1 random Akasha Card. Akasha Transmitters can come in 3 forms, and sometimes during events, special transmitters will be released. Neo Sanctum transmitters are only available through the premium market, and have a chance of giving you one of the newest cards available on the market, with a rank of 2 stars to 5 stars. Regular Akasha transmitters are more common and are rewarded for completing quests, gaining achievements, and 100%ing zones. They can also be purchased from the Gruten or on the premium market. Inferior Akasha transmitters are the easiest ones to find in the game. These will drop from time to time by monsters and bosses. They can also be rewarded to you. You will only receive a 1 or 2 star card out of the inferior transmitter, but they do come in handy when upgrading. Leveling and upgrading your Akasha Cards is a great way to give them a little power boost. To do this, you will have to speak with Shiho, the Aether Eye. You will first talk to her, and then click on the Fuse/Add button at the bottom left. A menu will pop up with 4 tabs at the top. Fuse or Add Experience, Merge, Add, and Hidden Fusion are your options. Fuse, or AXP, will allow you to sacrifice cards that you're not using and add experience to a card that you are trying to level up. You can level a card up to +2. This does take a fair amount of cards, and this is where your golden Gruten cards will come into play, if you're trying to save your useful cards. Also, the higher the card rank in stars you're trying to upgrade, the higher the cards you want to upgrade it with. If you try to upgrade a 4-star card with 1 or 2 star cards, the experience will only go up slightly per card. If you use 4 or 5-star cards to upgrade, you'll see a much greater increase in experience on the 4-star you are trying to upgrade. Merge will allow you to insert a card on the top left and add up to 5 cards on the right to merge into one card that is 1 star rank higher than the card on the left. However, there is a failure rate with this, and if failed, you will sacrifice all the cards in the process. Add allows you to take your 100% experience cards that you created in the Fuse section and add 2 cards of the same star level below it to level it up to +1 or +2. It does take a lot of cards to have your cards level up, and sometimes the reward isn't worth the cards that are sacrificed. A hidden fusion lets you take 2 of the same normal cards and merge them into a hidden version of the card that holds better stats and boosts. All of these fusions and mergers do cost a hefty amount of Zanai, so make sure you have enough cash on hand. Equipping your Akasha Cards is easy enough. You will first have to add them to your Akasha Card inventory by going to the card you would like to add, right-clicking, and going to Use. This will add the card to your Akasha Card inventory. From here, you will want to access your Akasha Card inventory by pressing the semicolon key. You will be taken to a different menu. This is your Akasha Card inventory. From here, you can add cards that are in your inventory to the slots on the bottom and thus making them active. If they are active abilities, then you can use them while in a district by pressing the button that is labeled below the card slot that you put it in. Passive abilities automatically become active when inserted into an active card slot. Note, the active ability cards cannot be used in District 6 or the PvP area. You can also choose to sort your cards using the tabs on the top right. There are 5 different ways to sort them from top to bottom, allowing you for easier access to your cards. If you're curious about all the cards and want to see what to look for, you can find out on this menu as well. Near the bottom right, there is a button that says Collected. Click on this to see all the available Akasha cards within the game. These will be sorted by the card's star level with the top tabs. Any cards that are faded out in color are cards that you have yet to come by or collect. You can just as easily click on the Equip button to go back to your equipped Akasha menu. Akasha cards are a big piece of the Soulworker world and should be utilized as much as possible, whether boosting your stats, giving you a hard-hitting ability, or adding more Zanai drops along the way. There is a card out there for everyone. I hope this video helped you in answering any questions you have regarding Akasha cards and how they're used. If you like this video, go ahead and slap that thumbs up ski, subscribe, and turn on notifications for future videos and content. What's your favorite Akasha card? Have any tips and tricks that weren't covered in this video? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. This is Pryport, and I will see you next time, right here in the port.